Los Angeles, California, February 25th, 1942. The city was on edge. Just 10 weeks had passed since the attack on Pearl Harbor, and the West Coast lived in a constant state of fear. At 2:25 in the morning, the wail of air raid sirens shattered the quiet. The city's 1.3 million residents were jolted awake as the lights of Los Angeles went dark. A complete blackout ordered by the military. Minutes later, radar operators picked up an unidentified object moving toward the coast. Believing an attack might be imminent, the 37th Coast Artillery Brigade was placed on full alert. Then, over the dark waters of Santa Monica Bay, spotlights crisscrossed the sky, locking onto a pale shape drifting high above the city. At 3:16 a.m., the first anti-aircraft batteries opened fire. What followed was chaos. For nearly an hour, the guns of Los Angeles thundered. Over 1,400 shells were fired into the sky. The city's defenses, stretching from Malibu to Long Beach, joined in, convinced enemy planes were overhead. Civilians poured into the streets and onto rooftops, watching beams of light stab through the clouds while explosions flashed above them. The rumble of artillery echoed through the basin. Yet, no bombs fell. No planes crashed. In the morning, the destruction was limited to the city itself. Shell fragments had punched through roofs and cars. Fires burned across neighborhoods. 5 civilians were dead, 3 from heart attacks in the panic, 2 from falling debris. The Army quickly issued a statement. The alarm was real, but the evidence of enemy aircraft was unconfirmed. A few hours later, the Navy contradicted that, saying there had been no sign of enemy planes at all. The confusion only deepened when newspapers published eerie photographs of the night sky. Searchlights converging on a glowing object suspended above the city. To many, it looked like something metallic, even saucer-shaped. Within days, the public demanded answers. Some officials blamed jittery nerves and false radar readings. Others pointed to weather balloons released by the Army hours earlier. But eyewitnesses swore they'd seen something real, large, luminous, and unmoved by the barrage of shells. A few described several objects flying in formation. Others claimed a single massive craft hovering silently above the coastline. Theories multiplied. A secret Japanese reconnaissance vehicle, an experimental aircraft, or something not of this world. In 1983, 4 decades later, the U.S. Air Force declassified its review, officially concluding that it was all a case of war nerves triggered by false radar returns and stray weather balloons. Still, the mystery endures. The Battle of Los Angeles remains one of the strangest nights in American history, a moment when fear, confusion, and imagination collided under the searchlights. A city at war with the unknown, and the only thing it destroyed was its own peace of mind. The Battle of Los Angeles, 1942,